She's known for writing songs that appeal to young women, but he doesn't care. He thinks she's got that something. His friend wants to understand him, what makes her so commanding. Once a week they get together and talk all about her hits. Shootin', shootin' the Swift. I'm talking about shootin' the Swift with you.
All right. Well, actually, I wanted to. This episode may be headed down the same road, but I wanted to start the episode with an apology, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Okay. I've written it out here, so let me just read it. Dearest Taylor, I am so sorry for last week's episode. I could try to offer some explanation for my shoddy performance, but when it comes down to it, there is no excuse. I let you down, and I will always regret it. And I know you understand this as you understand all, but I would like to clarify that when I said I was all tailored out, I simply meant that my puny mortal mind was growing tired from so many weeks of trying to fully comprehend your infinite wisdom. If what I said sounded like I was losing my faith in you, let it be known that I was not, and that I never will. Being a flawed wretch such as myself means not always being able to feel your presence, even though I never doubt that it is all around me. Please accept my apology, and rest assured that I will do everything in my power to never stumble like that again. Your faithful servant, Mike. So, all right. Kid, was there anything you wanted to say?
Sounds very religious.
It does. Now that you've heard my apology, is there anything that you would like to say to Taylor, Kit?
I think I did a great job last time, so I feel good.
You did a good job. It was actually not that bad of an episode.
Slack. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Wait, you agree it wasn't that bad of an episode?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I was great, so...
Yeah, you did a good job. I think, too, that we've set, I have set a very low bar in past episodes.
Larbo!
I've set kind of a larbo.
A low bar in past episodes, okay.
Yeah. So when we finish an episode, I'm like, oh, that was awful. Then I listen to it. It's like, oh, this is just as bad as any other episode I've done. So, But as usual, you were at the top of your game.
Yeah.
I have one correction from our last episode. Kit said that the R's video. This is a Kit mistake, classic Kit mistake. She said that the R's video featured an iPad, but it was actually a Sony tablet, which any fool could have seen. So just want to get that for the fine folks at Sony. Want to clear that up. Okay, so today we're going to do the collaboration. This is like the collaborations, covers, and one-offs episode. And so we're going to be covering those, but before we do that, we could discuss the big Rolling Stone article that came out this week. I assigned Kit a creative writing assignment to write the opening paragraph of an article where a magazine journalist is interviewing you. So go ahead. You can do yours first, Kit.
You did it too? Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, I did
okay. Hold on.
Is yours long?
No, it's very short, actually.
Okay.
I would think so. Okay. A cooling board looks like a wooden cot with holes in the top. In the days before refrigeration, a cadaver placed on the perforated platform could be chilled by ice stacked beneath it, slowing decomposition in preparation for a funeral. Kit Shields is about to buy the one we're looking at, an 1860s model with nearly disintegrated leather trim. Don't you think it would make a cool coffee table, she asks. It's a disarming question coming from a woman in a tutu. I ask her if she ever eats off her coffee table. I'm not an animal, she sniffs. I eat at a beautifully appointed dining table, with a TV on it. That's it.
That's good.
Okay.
They got all your quirks.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so mine was, what?
I'm excited.
Okay. It's not that good. It's just well, yeah, we'll get to the point later. Okay. It's been more than a decade since Mike Keller, then an unassuming high school student in a Kansas suburb, started the now-defunct blog that remains his greatest claim to fame. Since then, the minor cult following of peers has moved on, and the e-props have dried up. But Keller... But Keller, seated across from me at a posh gastropub in Kansas City's Upper Western South Side, wearing a plain gray t-shirt over his deformed chest, and shrunken tattered jeans that I have to assume have never fit correctly, doesn't seem bothered. He hasn't blogged since 2010 and tells me he may never return. Just as I'm about to ask him why, he tells me he's not sure if he should be eating the plate of veganic microgreens in front of him. It might mess with my stomach, he confides, and my leg's already covered in spider bites, so that's the last thing I need right now. So yeah. So
are your legs covered in spider bites?
I have 3 on my right leg, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they get me while I'm sleeping.
Why are there spiders in your bed? Oh my god!
I don't know. Well, my spider farm broke, so I've had problems with spiders ever since then.
That's gross.
The purpose of this exercise was just kind of to demonstrate that magazine interviews are stupid and not necessarily representative of the subject. Now, Josh, I think it was L's or Eels.
Seems as though Mike may not have liked this article.
No, okay. I was going to say he did. I think his name was Josh Eels or L's, and he did a nice job. But these things are just kind of inherently silly. So I thought maybe every time I read, whether it's Taylor Swift or just anybody, it's always like they're in New York and they always mention Brooklyn and they're kind of like with yours, like they're insisting on all these little quirks, like that are supposed to be like intimate details or something, and they just seem very stupid to me. So you rarely read one that's very good. But I thought he did a good job though. I thought it was a good article. But,
yeah, it's true. Like I've read, like when we go to the place where Lee records, the guy has just there's no internet connection there and hardly any cell phone connection. So mostly what I do is read like music magazines that he has, and I have read some interviews in Rolling Stone recently, and a lot of them are just in the interview format as opposed to like let's make a story. So maybe that's why I find them more interesting. But I've read a few that are that have been really good, like the one with Eminem probably like 2 years ago now was really good, and one with Elton John that was really good. But yeah, this just feels like, I don't know. I don't feel like I necessarily understand anything about her better or something. Like,
right. No, and it's again, like he did a good job. Like this is pretty standard for what these articles usually are. But yeah, I prefer the ones that are just like just the dialogue back and forth. The little details always seem kind of obnoxious and stuff like that to me. But yeah, like I remember there was one, I don't even remember, it was a Fiona Apple interview it wasn't Rolling Stone, but it was just like the reporter was talking about how he like fell in love with her over the couple of days they spent together, and it was all just like weird, and I don't know, like Fiona Apple is aware she has a member of the press following her, like, so she's not, I don't know, it's just, it all seems very silly. But yeah, so what did we learn from this article? I got a couple of notes on it that I took, but was there anything in it that you were thought was interesting?
I made several notes.
Okay.
One was I didn't realize that Mark Romanek did the new video, which like
speaking of Fiona Apple.
Yeah, exactly. That's like that. I don't know. First of all, that's why it looks so great, but that's a big deal to me. I mean, I guess music videos don't matter very much anymore, but he's like probably as good as it gets. One of the best.
Yeah, I would say so. He's definitely one of the big
names. Because Closer is like one of the best music videos of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt is one of the best music videos of all time, and Scream is one of the best music videos of all time. So
he did. Wait, Hurt was the Johnny Cash one?
Yeah.
He did that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wow, yeah, so yeah, he's definitely, some of the most noteworthy ones. Yeah, because I knew he did Criminal and Closer. I didn't know he did Hurt.
I said she will definitely, if Orlando Bloom is living in the same building as her, they will definitely date, or have dated, or have banged.
I thought he was married to Miranda Kerr.
They're getting divorced.
Uh-oh. See, my bet for her next relationship was Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Well, he's banging Jennifer Lawrence.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Man, that guy.
I know.
I swear to God. Like, that doesn't seem fair. It seems like you should only get one, like, of the best ladies in the world.
You think Gwyneth Paltrow's one of the best ladies? I guess, what, because she's an ice queen?
I mean, she's
like
just
Princess
gorgeous.
Grace?
Yeah, she's definitely, like, kind of spoiled Hollywoodish. she's very much that way, I guess.
I feel like you would get
But-
the same experience if you like put a branch in your bed.
Put what in my bed?
Rubbed on it, like a branch. I don't know. It's very. She's.
At first I thought you said ranch, like ranch dressing.
I will agree that she's beautiful, but like not my type at all. Like there's just no warmth whatsoever to anything about her, which is your thing. But
that's not my thing.
don't you think she would like Orlando Bloom though? And he's 20 years older than her, so that helps.
Right. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I could definitely see it. But who knows? She's pretty clear in this interview that she's not looking for hunks right now.
Yeah, that's a pile of horse shit. But
yeah, she probably is. Everybody's always looking for hunks.
When I laughed when she was telling her story about how she became friends with Lena Dunham, and she said, "I was really scared she was being ironic."
Yeah.
Something like Taylor Swift. That was cute.
Yeah.
And she is 100% Shoshana, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. I would say Marnie. Like, what was it Lena Dunham said? She's like Marnie if Marnie wasn't an asshole or something.
But I feel like Marnie's assholeness is essential to her nature.
Right. Yeah, she's a Shoshana.
Shoshana's the only one of those people that I would want to be known as. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's the only one who's not the worst, probably.
Right. Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, so did you read the article online or did you buy it?
Well, it's not on newsstands yet because I only got it online.
Oh, okay. So did you see that embedded in like the page was the behind the story, where there's a video where the person who wrote the article is interviewed by another guy, and it's called, so and so who wrote the article tells, quote, what it's really like spending time with Taylor. Shouldn't I be reading that? Like,
right.
Shouldn't that be what? Like, what a way to undercut the article I'm reading.
Well, the idea, Kit, is you generate more web content and you get more page clicks, and you can have.
Then I love it.
I'm not saying that. For you, just but yes, I thought that was a little silly.
So I kind of want to read a paragraph from the interview. Like it's
okay.
a thing that she said that I think is probably will be the most analyzed thing what she said.
Well, so far the thing I've seen mentioned most is the bad blood with Katy Perry.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Or
that's
maybe that's
also something that I feel like watching my dating life has become a bit of a national pastime, Swift says, and I'm just not comfortable providing that kind of entertainment anymore. I don't like seeing slideshows of guys I've apparently dated. Apparently, what the fuck? I don't like giving comedians the opportunity to make jokes about me at award shows. I don't like it when headlines read, "Careful bro, she'll write a song about you," because it trivializes my work. And most of all, I don't like how all these factors add up to build the pressure so high in a new relationship that it gets snuffed out before it even has a chance to start. And so she says, I just don't date. I want to analyze that because I think, and this may be me giving her too much of the benefit of the doubt, I think she's saying, I can't do that anymore.
Right.
I've courted that deliberately in order to become successful, but I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore.
Right. Yeah,
right?
I mean, she uses the word anymore, so I would say that's fair to read into that.
So it's not saying, hey, I want a private life. I don't want people, I don't want to, I don't like it when headlines reads, "Careful bro, she'll write a song about you," because it trivializes my work. Now, is this paragraph her admitting that she has trivialized her own work by making that such a thing? Because if she's saying that anyone other than her has invited the world to look at her dating life, then that's bullshit. And it is kind of annoying even to me that she says that. Not annoying, but like, okay, well, good luck with that. That in the next couple of paragraphs of the interview, she's dropping hints to this Rolling Stone interviewer that 4 songs in the album are about Harry Styles, or at least 4 songs on the album are about Harry Styles. And I think she has to write about her dating life, right? Like, because that's something that people write songs about. And so I'm not saying she shouldn't write about, like, okay, you can't write about love or romance or relationships anymore. But there are people out there who are famous musicians and songwriters who write about their relationships and nobody is like, I think that's about so-and-so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where you can't tell. I'm a big idiot when it comes to, like, song lyrics. I don't know what the hell a song's about unless someone is like, hint, 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 it's about this guy that I've dated, or who, like, that has been an enormous benefit to her. And so if it's true that she doesn't want to do it anymore, fine. She has the right to change her mind, and I believe it's entirely within her, it's almost entirely within her control at this point, where all she would have to do is be like, okay, I'm not giving hints, I'm still going to write songs that are about certain things, but I'm not going to date as high profile as I have, and I'm not going to talk about it or make it a thing. Because the Fearless concert tour included a video package making fun of the fact that she would write songs about guys that she dated. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she made her own TMZ article. I mean, before it had become the huge joke, the huge kind of like national pastime that it is now. She made this world for herself. So if she's saying, I did this and I want to stop, then I'm fine with it. Although she does not seem to be actually stopping, because from what it sounds like, this album is about her relationships and about her high-profile relationships as much as any previous album was.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's wrong either. I don't give a shit if she says, yeah, this song's about John Mayer, fuck him. I don't like, that doesn't bother me. But
Right.
the double standard of like, well, let me get famous off of it, but I don't want the bad stuff that comes with it. That I don't like.
Right. Well, I guess, I mean, I hear ya. Yeah. I mean, I think the statement that the headline saying, careful bro, she'll write a song about you, I don't know that really trivializes her work.
Well, I see what she means. And I
think that trivializes her life, like her actual life.
Well, yeah, I think it trivializes her life for her. I think it's two-part what she's saying. I think she's saying, like, it makes dating hard. It makes, like, my romantic life hard, and my romantic life is important to me. But I think it's true that it trivializes her work a little bit in that when I think it's better to know less about an artist a lot of times.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
So that you have more universal, like, application for the songs. Whereas, like, Dear John, the fact that everyone knows that that's about John Mayer will probably handicap it in terms of becoming someone else's breakup song. You know, like, obviously it still reaches a lot of people, but it probably would be, you know, mystery is good in my opinion. But my only concern is that she's not saying that this is something that has been done to her. This is something she has done. This is something she has asked for, exploited, and used. And I don't mean asked for and like she's asking for it, but like she realized quite, you know, savvily, if that's a word, that first of all, that she may be changing now, and it seems like she is changing now, but for the most of her career so far, her thing has been, I want my fans to feel like they know me, and I want to know my fans. And there's even like a scene I think it's the Journey to Fearless DVD, but it might be something else, where like her mom is talking about the next album, and she says, you're going to get to know Taylor so much better. You're going to feel like you know Taylor. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's how she's running her career, is saying like, you're like my best friend. I'm going to tell you, this audience of millions of people I'm going to talk to you like you're my girlfriend. And that has worked so incredibly well for her because she's done such a good job of making people feel like she's their friend and making people feel like they're in this together, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine if she wants to stop now, but yeah, my only concern is if she's saying, like, you know, poor me, I'm a victim of this celebrity culture, as opposed to, isn't this great? I'm famous because of this.
Right.
I want to stop now because I'm a grown-up.
Okay. Like, I definitely hear what you're saying. And I agree with most of that, but I do think that there's, like, you're right that she's wanting to have it both ways. But I think there's kind of an element just to the tabloid and celebrity culture that's, like, so, like, mean that it makes sense why, like, I mean, I think her goal is, like, that kind of closeness with the fans. And so I think that's why she includes some of the stuff she does. But then because she dates celebrities, the tabloids pick up on it. And because she is a celebrity, the tabloids pick up on it. So it's like, yeah, like, you can't share things with your fans and then not expect the tabloids to kind of jump in, because it makes great, you know, articles on Huffington Post for people to click on and stuff.
Right, but she shares things with her fans via the media. I mean, this has been the case. It's not like this is a new thing in TMZ culture. I mean,
yeah,
at least from Elizabeth Taylor.
Right, and I agree. And I think actually even in this article, she sort of she's very good at exploiting the media. Like, I think in this article, she says that she has the song "Bad Blood," and that it's not about a boy. It's about a girl who, you know, wronged her professionally. And then she gives several clues that basically tell you who it is if you do some research into it. And so then the media runs with it. And so, like, I've seen that story. Like, when I was at work last night at the library, and there was a guy, on Yahoo News, and it was like the top story was that Taylor Swift and Katy Perry are feuding. And so that's going to get a lot more coverage. People are going to be like, oh yeah, Taylor Swift, oh yeah, there's an album coming out. So, like, yeah, I mean, I think there's something insincere, or like, yeah, there's something false about.
It's completely false, because is there really a big difference between giving hints about your breakup and hints about your feud with a friend or a former friend?
No, I don't think that. Yeah, I'm saying it's basically the same strategy, and it, like, works super well. Like, it gets a lot of media coverage, but at the same time, I totally get how, even if you've done that for tremendous gain, that you would kind of want people to lay off at a certain point. Like, people still, like, yeah, like, there's still these, like, you know, any article you click on about Bad Blood, at the bottom there's links to 5 related articles, like slideshows of who she's dated, blah blah blah. And so, like,
yes, but the idea that okay, fine, yeah, that would still annoy me. In the sense that it's a cost-benefit analysis, and, like, okay, well, it benefits me tremendously, but there's some drawbacks that I don't like.
Right.
But be smart enough not to say that to a magazine, because this is the kind of quote that allows people to hate her. And I don't think it's what she's saying is that bad, but it's the kind of, I mean, this is a very goopy quote. If you know, this is a very Gwyneth Paltrow-y quote. I don't think she means that way, and I think she comes just up to the line by saying "any more," and then goes on to prove that completely false for the rest of the interview. And she doesn't. I mean, she's a complex person, right? And so, and I can see her being real with this person, with this interviewer. And so what she's saying and how she's acting might not line up, because they don't totally line up for any person. But I feel like the savvy about media should also extend to this. It's like, just don't say this shit. Like, change and don't explain it. Just change. Or don't complain about anything. Celebrities, you can't complain about anything. Just from a PR perspective. Like,
right.
Don't
like in a
complain.
magazine.
let the interviewer paint a sympathetic picture, but you don't say, like, poor me at any point.
Right. Well, okay, so let's move kind of to a different subject. This is one that kind of stuck out to me more in the article, was the privacy stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so this interview, I guess, took place before the celebrity nude picture leak, all this type of stuff.
Makes
but yeah,
it look pretty smart.
it does. But like, I sort of left the article feeling like kind of worried and like sad for her. Because like, and I feel the same way, I guess, about the Celebrity Feud tabloid business. Like, they're kind of like, yeah, by becoming one of the most famous people in the entire world, like, you're kind of asking to have no privacy and have TMZ, you know, potentially plant microphones or like try and spy on you and have, you know, all this kind of stuff, have people hack into your phones. But like, that's still like, I'm fine with her saying like, that's shitty and I don't like it. Like, so it's a little different than because it's not like, I guess it's sort of similar. Like, she's kind of leveraged her privacy to gain, like, her fame has come at like kind of, you know, she's telling you like details of her life, and you know, I mean, that's kind of inherent in art, I guess. But yeah, just like, people go too far with it, and it's unfortunate. But I don't think that, like, I still feel bad for her, like, that she has to.
I disagree with that too, though. Like,
okay.
I think it's true that, like, by virtue of being an actor and actress, like, you will have paparazzi around. And some people just want to be actors and don't really care about being famous. Some. And it probably is annoying. And, like, but I think it's much more applicable in the case of someone like Jennifer Lawrence, for instance, who, yet she's taken on really high-profile roles and really small roles that inexplicably kind of blew her up. Not inexplicably, but, like, blew her up to a famous person. Even before Hunger Games, you know. But she does not behave... She never uses the paparazzi to her advantage, really. Like, you never see her out, like, dressed perfectly on the side. Like, she genuinely looks like...
In some ways, though, she does kind of play game. Like, she's got a really good sense of humor, and so she'll, like, do something goofy, and then that'll be, like, the tabloid stories. Like, you know, Jennifer Lawrence is, you know, yucking it up at Whole Foods or whatever. I don't know.
Well, but it's usually on the red carpet or at events that kind of stuff happens.
True.
I genuinely think she hates having them around in her life.
Yeah.
And she does not give them much to work with. Or, you know, whereas someone like Taylor Swift... It's weird for me to hear someone who does a daily gym exit for the paparazzi and probably calls them and says, "I'm leaving the gym at this time. Come take a picture." To then complain that there are pictures that she has no privacy. It's like, you...
She's not complaining, though, about the gym pictures. And she actually said on Jimmy Fallon, I think, like, she likes that. Like, she has fun with that. But I mean,
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, I have fun with the fact that hundreds of thousands of people have come to my shows because I talk about my dating life. But I don't like that people who don't come to my shows talk about my dating life. I like having my picture taken when I've called the paparazzi and put on a cute outfit. I don't like having my picture taken when I'm leaving a restaurant and I haven't called the paparazzi.
No, she doesn't complain about that type of like, she's complaining about, like, if she's in a dressing room and somebody has planted a spy camera to get pictures of her naked. Like,
right. Is that something that's happening, is my question.
That has happened to people, yeah. Like, that's, there was a sports journalist who that happened to a year or two ago. But yeah, I mean, she's saying that that's something they have to watch out for. Like,
that's true, and that's also something that just happens to women, you know. So.
Yeah, but it still sucks. And, like,
yeah, that sucks. I think that sucks, and I think the hacker thing fucking sucks. And nobody that happened to, like, deserved. I don't think anybody who that happened to has done anything other than have naked pictures on their phone that warrants that. You know what I mean? Not that
right.
warrants it, but that, you know, there are no naked pictures of me on the internet for anyone to steal. But I don't think like Amy Adams. Amy Adams is another example of someone who like she hates that the paparazzi take pictures of her children. She hates that. But then there are people like, how often do you see paparazzi? What I'm saying is, there are people who have successfully basically kept, like, the paparazzi almost never get a picture of of Ben Affleck and Jennifer what's her face unless they want them to. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't give them anything.
Okay,
You know?
I do. Like, just to be clear, I do agree with you on most of the stuff, but, like,
It's
one
like
thing to
not
point
feeding
out...
the trolls. Go ahead.
Right. One thing to point out, though, is there is a big difference between even an actress like Jennifer Lawrence, but especially actors like Ben Affleck and stuff, and a pop star. Like, a pop star is is a different type of media role than just an actor.
It's a different type of media role in that you're much more public and of the moment, and you court people taking your picture much more than someone who's just an actor.
Right.
Which is the big thing for me. It's like, and maybe this is where she's going, but like, don't be a pop star. Why the fuck does she want to be a pop star, for God's sake? Why?
No, actually,
be
like...
a songwriter.
Like, I share that sentiment. Like, reading this article, like, by the time it was over, I was just, like, scared that, like, as she keeps getting more and more famous, it's, like, inevitable that there's going to be, like, one of those, what was it, like, who was the guy that shot John Lennon?
Mark Chapman?
Chapman, yeah, like, something like, the more pop music-y, like, the more popular and big you get, like, shit like that just seems like it's going to happen. So I want to be like, Taylor, just, like, stick to country, or, like, stick to, like, whatever. Like, I'm fine if she wants to make music that sounds like pop music, but, like, I do sort of wish that she didn't have this, like, desire to, like, get bigger every time, and then, like, and I think also she's probably making the music she wants to make. So I'm not trying to get into that argument, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, like, I totally agree with you. Like, just ignore...
I'm not worried about that kind of shit, but, like, I just say, like, it's kind of like the kind of people who want to become president, right?
Right.
Are not the kind of people you would want to be president.
Right.
Because who in their right mind would want to be president? It's the worst. Only someone who craves power and glory and fame would want to be president, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
probably.
To me, and someone someone whose talents, if they have any, would be much more useful in literally any other office. And to me, pop stardom is very similar. And I don't hate pop stars. I really like pop stars. But I think pop stardom should be reserved for the talentless. Pop stardom should be for people like Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga's not a great example because she can sing, and I think she's a decent songwriter too. I think Lady Gaga's actually a very good songwriter, but she's already a failed pop star.
Right.
People with staying power are people like Madonna, who has no discernible talent, but is just scrapes by on, like, look at my tits, like that kind of thing. And look at her life now. Does it look fun to be Madonna right now? Like,
I don't know. I haven't heard anything from her.
Just like the old lady who's wearing grills and trying to be with and making out with. It's just like, it looks awful. It looks.
Right.
I would much rather be Stevie Nicks than Madonna. Like.
I agree, and I wish I would be so much less sort of worried about this. And this isn't something that I lose sleep over. But yeah, like, coming off this article, I was like, yeah, like, do the Stevie Nicks thing. Don't do the Britney Spears, Madonna thing. But
yeah, like Britney Spears. Britney Spears' life has been just great, hasn't it?
Oh, yes. Well, she loves Britney Spears, though. Like, I think Britney Spears is a big...
I love Britney Spears. Everyone
influence.
loves Britney Spears. Britney Spears is very lovable.
Right.
But again, pop stardom should be reserved for the talentless.
I sort of agree, yeah. But part of what's cool about Taylor Swift, just going all out pop, again, and we still haven't really heard the music, so I don't know. But in terms of, like, image, well, I feel we've talked about this for 20 minutes.
But I think it's important. I think that, to me, pop stardom is antithetical to staying power. That's what's great about pop stars is that they are so, like, some of the Spice Girls are like one of the best examples of pop stars, where it's like you look at that and it's like the music's not terrible. I could still listen to their songs, but I listen to them and go, what the fuck were we thinking? And the way everything is just such a time capsule. And the only way Madonna has managed to survive is by changing how she looks and how she sounds all the time. But the point of a pop star is to be a thing that doesn't last. That's part of what, and that's not a negative. That's not an automatically negative thing. That's part of what makes them special.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I do wonder too, like, now that Taylor Swift has gone pop, like, in her specific words, it's like, after this, what do you do? Like, if you do a country album, do a bluegrass album, then that kind of seems like a step backward. Like, there's almost nothing she could do after stepping into that arena that wouldn't just, yeah, kind of like what you're saying. Like, it almost like she's insisting on becoming irrelevant after this. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she will. Like, I think her music's going to continue to be good. And I highly suspect that she won't stick to an album every 2 years after this. I think this is probably going to be her last one for a few years. And then we'll have, like, I don't know. It seems like, yeah, it would just be cheesy. And, like, courting this level of fame, you would just court, like, the, a few years from now. It's like the reinvention of Taylor Swift and just, like, all these weird... But I guess you get that anyways. Like, she's already at that level, so she might as well roll with it. So, I don't know.
I'm looking right now at an article on a gossip blog that I read about the Katy Perry thing. And Katy apparently tweeted yesterday, "Watch out for the Regina George in sheep's clothing, ...
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
And then someone this person is saying it's all about John Mayer, because they both dated him.
They're saying that's what the feud is?
Yeah. Oh, because in 2012, Perry started dating Mayer, who said he was really humiliated by Swift's song. Music sources told Page Six Perry started making digs at Taylor from then on. That makes some sense. Potentially. Which means it is about a guy.
Well, I mean, if it's about stealing the dancers, then Katy Perry's tweet doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So. Because, I mean, Katy Perry's tweet, like, unless she's saying that she is Regina George, but, like, it seems like she'd be calling Taylor Swift Regina George.
Yeah.
But, like, if Katy Perry tried to steal people who are working on Swift's tour, then that tweet wouldn't make any sense because she was the one who did something unethical.
Right, but she wouldn't be thinking of her... Even if she did try to steal people on Taylor's tour, she wouldn't think of herself as someone who stole someone else's dancers. Do you know what I'm saying?
The tweet would maybe make sense to her in that regard, but it would not actually make sense. But
no, because she could just say, like, well, I tried to hire dancers. What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't steal your dancers. I hired dancers for my tour, or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know how that works. I just assumed that the dancers, like, would be like, oh, I have a prior engagement, but then you would have to pursue them further to get them off
They had signed contracts, and they wouldn't be able to go to Katie's tour, so it's all a pile of bullshit.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea how this works.
It's all stupid. It's the same old high school shit, but elevated to include the hiring of dancers. So.
Right. Okay. There were two more things about the article, and we've talked about it for 4 hours
I have a couple more, too.
Okay. The major thing was it says that she has the full album on her iPhone. Mm-hmm. And I hope to God that she took it off of there because that is like one of the worst possible places to keep something that you don't want leaked all over the internet. Like, particularly iPhones, because their security is shit. So
why not put it on an iPod?
Right, yeah, like something that's not connected to the internet. Like, something... Anyways. So hope she got that off of there. And then the second thing was, I thought it was kind of intriguing that this author chose to end the article the way he did, with the Kendrick Lamar lyrics quoted. Mm-hmm. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on that. I guess I had some stupid thoughts on it. I was wondering how that struck. Well, I didn't write anything out, but I felt like, to me, that was the most kind of creative choice that the author made. Like he was very he was insisting that like this is a very different Swift than we've ever known before, and that she's not what we think she is. And like it's an intriguing way to end the article. I don't think, and I'm not faulting him, but I think specifically having those lyrics quoted, where it's like, I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Like, I thought that was maybe overstepping. Maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know quite the words for it.
You felt like it was overstepping?
Like, it just in the creativity of it, like that he was no longer representing his actual subject, but he was kind of putting his own creative spin on the events, like choosing to end it there, choosing to include that whole stanza of lyrics.
That's true. He chose the lyrics.
Right. So I thought that was kind of like, to me, that was the most obnoxious thing about the article. I thought the rest of it was actually, like, I read...
think she said, what did she say, like, this is my jam right now, or this is my song right now?
Right, and then at the end...
I think she said okay to that, basically.
I'm sure that she, it's not like she gave approval before it went to press, but, like, I'm sure that she tweeted, like, hey, here's this thing, here's this article, give it a read, and she's been promoting it on Twitter. So, like, I think she's cool with it, but I still thought that was, like, I don't know, like bait in a way. Like he was trying to intrude and kind of spin her image.
I think she would be happy with that.
I mean, she seems to have been.
I think she would be happy with the ending of that article. I think it makes her look... I think that's what she wanted, to be honest.
Okay.
I think she definitely wanted him to mention that she listens to Kendrick Lamar.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, she put that song on for him. So.
Yeah, exactly. She gave him the headphones. Yeah, I think she basically told him, hey, end your article this way.
Right.
I liked the part which says, as an example, she cites her pal Lord, whom she calls Ella. And she says, it's like this blazing bonfire. You can either be afraid of it because it's so powerful and strong, or you can go stand near it because it's fun and it makes you brighter. It's like, write a fucking song about that, okay? Instead of the fucking douchebags you're surrounded by. Like, what about a whole album about your girlfriends? That'd be cool. Not that she's required to do that, but, like, that's that's a beautiful thing to say. That sounds like it's songs half written. Just write a song about Lord.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, maybe she is maybe part of being pop is just getting drawn into that sort of negative, like, that's maybe at the center of a lot of the tabloid kind of pop complaints we have, is just like, well, for me, I don't know for you, it just seems kind of shitty. Anyways, never mind, scratch that.
The last thing I have is that it's kind of gross how they edited her bra out of the cover photo.
I didn't notice that.
It's kind of gross to me. Yeah. What?
They, like, the straps on her shoulder, or, like, they edited her whole bra out or something?
The whole thing out.
What do you mean? How did, like...
They made it look like she wasn't wearing a bra.
Like you can see nipples, or, like...
No, but I mean, they
Wait a minute here.
No, they edited it to look like she's not wearing a bra.
I don't understand what that means, but let me look at the picture and maybe
The straps are gone, and the shape of the breast is changed.
Oh man, I'm gonna need to carefully examine this picture real quick.
Okay.
So they made it look like wet there and like flesh colored. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, she was wearing like a white or light blue bra, and it's just not there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
She went from wearing a bra to not wearing a bra.
Okay. So you thought that was not cool?
No, I don't really. I think that's creepy. I think it'd be better. It's like either don't wear a bra or wear a bra and be pictured in your bra. it's weird to me to picture someone editing that photo to look like she's not wearing a bra when she was.
Right.
That's creepy to me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even really know. But yeah, it's a magazine, Kit. Haven't you read Jezebel?
Is Jezebel a magazine?
No, I'm saying they're always on about magazine covers and Photoshop and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's weird. I don't know. I have no comment on it. It is creepy.
All right. Good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump right in. We're moving into hour 2 here. Jump right into these collaborations, covers, and one-offs. Are you ready, Kit?
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay? Are you upset?
I'm about to sneeze.
Oh, okay. Bless you.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So starting with the year 2008, we have let's see, we got 3 things. Oh fuck. Oh shoot. I forgot to watch the Def Leppard thing again. But yeah, so Kelly Pickler featuring Taylor Swift, "The Best Days of Your Life." I have almost nothing on these songs, so
I have stuff.
this is going to be you talking for about an hour.
Okay.
Okay. So what did you think, Kit?
I don't think that their vocals sound too hot together, because Kelly is so loud and brassy, and T is so, like, soft and angelic in the background. It sounded kind of weird to me. The
I couldn't
video...
even
Go
tell.
ahead.
Yeah, like I couldn't tell. She just did the backing vocals, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And I could barely hear it, so.
The video... I mean, this is my kind of video, where there's, like, you know, clothes and stuff happening, and they both look cute. And I said, and then I started to take a turn. Oh, I see why Taylor and Kelly get along. They both hate brown-haired girls who aren't happy every second of the day. So that's
I didn't watch the video. I just had the song.
The video is like it's flashing. It's sort of like the guy that Kelly's talking to is watching her music video throughout the video, and then like his current girlfriend, who's brown haired and, you know, beautiful but like plain looking probably compared to Taylor Swift and Kelly Pickler, is like handing him laundry or something. And like then it flashes, he has a flashback to Kelly Pickler doing the same thing, but she's got like a La Perla bra in the laundry. And so yeah, it's basically like it's a really mean-spirited video that, you know, brown-haired girls wear granny panties and like don't have sex with you every second of the day. It's very it's not nice. I said, yeah, God, this song is actually
that's not completely untrue though. That's pretty true.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of brown haired girls that don't have sex with me all day, every day. So that's not really a misrepresentation. I mean, I think maybe suggesting that blonde girls do have sex with you all day, every day, like that's a misrepresentation.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Okay.
I said, God, this song is actually pretty good, but the video makes me hate both of them, and she doesn't wear sexy underwear all the time. Kill her. Like, that's basically the idea. This guy and then the guy turned out to be a huge fuckhead, because his girlfriend/wife, I can't tell which this brown-haired girl is, but she tells him she's pregnant, and he's like, ugh, gross, and then runs across the street where Kelly and Taylor are walking by and tries to get back with Kelly. Like,
and she's pregnant?
Yeah, so everyone in this video is an awful human being except for the much maligned brown-haired girl. But the song is good, and I was like, it sounds extremely Swifty, and apparently she and Kelly wrote it together, and I have a feeling Swifty did the heavy lifting on that front.
I didn't look into who wrote these.
I didn't look into all of them, just that one.
Okay.
But I think they're pretty... I think that... yeah, I think the song is actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
It's catchy, but I mean, it could definitely use more Taylor Swift vocals.
I kind of
That was my takeaway.
Taylor Swift? That should just be a Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, it's a little too... Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see it. It seems a little mean to be T Swift, but she's got some mean songs.
I don't think it's as mean as the wedding one. I actually thought, aside from the video, the song isn't nearly as mean as some of her other songs.
We got Taylor Swift doing a real short cover of Rihanna's Umbrella, which is from an iTunes album. It's a live cover.
Okay. Mandy Moore did a cover of this for Pepsi, and it was much better. And I
love Mandy Moore.
Do you?
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, I like her.
Neat lady.
I actually think Taylor makes the song less cool, kind of, because rather than highlighting what an interesting melody and chord progression it is, she just makes it sound like a worship song, and her voice sounds a little obnoxious on this too. But Mandy Moore's version was good.
Okay. Yeah, my note was it's kind of neat, like a neat choice of the song to cover, but her voice sounds a little weak. But I mean, this is like 6 years ago, so. But yeah, that was all I wrote. So okay, the next thing. This is our biggest thing, and I forgot to do my research again, but it's the Taylor Swift and Def Leppard episode of Crossroads, where they play a show together, and I think it's like an hour long. I watched it when we were doing the Fearless era.
Yeah, me too.
In betweens, yeah, but I haven't watched it since then, and I just copy and pasted my notes that I didn't use.
Okay.
So, but you said you got some stuff for this, or?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
Okay, cool.
And I never knew that that's what CMT Crossroads was. And I think it's a cool idea. At the same time, I'm like, what does this demonstrate? Who is it for? Why is this fun? But I enjoyed it, you know?
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought, it was fun. Like, I know nothing about Def Leppard. I don't even know that I've heard, other than the first song they played, like their big one, that I've heard. Yeah, like I just never listened to Def Leppard.
Like, you don't know the story of their drummer?
I know that, yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
And they came off great. Like, they seem like I remember seeing their Behind the Music once, too, and going, like, I don't really like their music, but these guys seem very nice and awesome, like a good group of guys, you know?
Yeah, they definitely seem that way in an episode. And I thought Love Story was the standout.
I know!
That was good.
I know! Yeah, I thought... And their version of Picture to Burn, I thought was like better than the album version even. And Joe Elliott singing backing vocals on that song would have been so cool for the album, and I never would have like thought that, but he sounded really good with her. I think they sounded better on her songs than she sounded on theirs, but I appreciate that she was really excited about it.
Yeah.
And, like, I love them. I think part of it is they're when they're singing backing vocals for her, it sounds so hair metal. Like, that's such a hair metal sound that, like, I loved it. Like, I loved it on Shoulda Said No, too. Them singing for her on Shoulda Said No was awesome. And seeing them do our song was, like, fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really entertaining.
You know, maybe I was just talking a minute ago, like, what could she do after her pop album? She should do a hair metal album.
Yeah, that's real popular.
I mean, she's got the hair for it, let's face it.
That's true.
But yeah, like, she could just be like, fuck it. Like, nobody's made a big hair metal. Like, this is not me trying to be popular in any way, but me and Def Leppard, we're going to make an album together. That's my next thing.
I'm watching you do a little bit of our song again real quick.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
You should see if there's versions, like an MP3 version you can put on your iPod.
Okay.
Then we can get more Taylor songs on your iPod.
I seriously think their voices sound great together. Weirdly. Okay, yeah, that was really entertaining. I liked that thing. It made me want to watch more episodes of Crossroads.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we on to now?
2009, we've got Taylor Swift covering Tom Petty's American Girl, which is from some kind of Rhapsody thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I pretty much grew up on listening to Tom Petty. My mom is obsessed with him.
And my mom loves Tom Petty too, which is kind of strange.
That's an outlier for her. Because isn't she real big into like new wave-ish, like Devo and
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I like that both of our moms love Tom Petty.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, I thought this was cool, like that she's covering American Girl, but like this is definitely not equally as rockin' as Tom Petty's version.
Oh, definitely not.
But yeah, I thought it was cool, and I like her voice on it. Like it's just, yeah, like it's fun to hear her covering it. But yeah, like I definitely like the guitar solo in particular is that's an awesome guitar solo in the original, and so that's hard to live up to. But it wasn't. It seemed like maybe they slowed it down a little bit, the whole song, and but it's good. She did a good job with it, I thought, overall.
Okay, so first I want to mention that I watched this like as like a picture video on YouTube because that was the easiest way to find it. And just in the particular video that I chose there, it was like a slideshow of a bunch of pictures of her wearing a really ugly dress and a stupid tiny hat and a bunch of jewelry that doesn't go with either of them and dumb shoes, and she's just like walking around the city like sitting on benches, and it's just like, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like she's wearing a tiny top hat on the front of her head. It's hilarious. But, okay, first impression, I love it.
Really?
Yes. I
thought you were going to like lay into this one so hard.
No, I said it might be the strength of the song alone, because that is like, I mean, it's such a good song.
Yeah.
But her vocal on it, I don't know, I might love this, and it sounds, I don't know, I like her version of it because it sounds a little, at least her vocal, because the instrumentation is basically identical. But her voice is the only thing that's really different from the Tom Petty version. And it sounds a little like melancholy, like her delivery. Like it's more subdued and quiet. And it kind of makes sense, especially if you're sort of like, because the song's not a happy song. And to me, it's kind of like if she's singing it from the girl's point of view, it kind of, I don't know, I just found it pleasant. And I also was talking to Lee about how she actually sings a lot like Tom Petty in a way. Like if I was going to sing her songs or Tom Petty songs, I would make the same mouth shapes. Like it's very much like from the chest, kind of closing your throat, and your mouth like barely opens or moves. Like that's kind of, they're very like head voice kind of people. Also, like, this made me, I was like, gosh, I wish she would make an album like this. Like, what if she was trying to do Wildflowers or something, you know? Like, instead of being Pop Princess, like, she could do this. She could write these kinds of songs as opposed to shit that, anyway.
If only.
I know. And
I think, okay, we say that, but I do think 1989 is going to be really good. And I'm not just saying that. Okay, I'm not just saying that because
saying I don't, but if it's good, I will have no problem going like, yay, this is good. But for the record, I think I'm gonna hate it.
Okay, but it's gonna be fun though. Like, Shake It Off is a great song, so yeah. But yeah, I agree though. Like, I would totally love to see her do kind of a Tom Petty type of album. Anyway.
Okay, and then the bridge part sounds pretty stupid.
Which part is that?
The boo-doo-doop doop doop.
Oh, okay.
Boop. Like, that sounds kind of dumb. It sounds kind of dumb in the Tom Petty version, too, but, like, they pull it off.
Just, okay, the instrumentation throughout all of this, though, or, like, the music element. I don't know. I don't know what this music is you talk about. But it seemed like they were being very careful to recreate the original. It didn't have that kind of, like, loose. So, yeah, like, that was...
No. It sounded like just a lesser version of the Tom Petty version.
Yeah.
However, I have some news. This is at least temporarily going on my iPod.
Yay! I really, really thought you were going to hate this one. That's why I went first. It. That's why I shared my thoughts first.
Maybe I had a mini stroke, but I liked it.
Cool. Well, to many, many strokes to come. Okay, next song was John Mayer featuring Taylor Swift.
Thanks for making me look at this asshole.
Oh, God. This, like, I've never really listened to him other than that. A couple of songs, I guess he has, on the radio. But, like, his voice just...
I know. Like, I hate his voice so much. And his face. Like,
his face.
I hate it.
Oh, man. Hey, what the hell?
I said it's kind of an okay song. I would like to hear her do it without this piece of shit.
Yeah. I said the song's not objectively terrible, but it's 2 minutes and 45 seconds before Taylor comes in, and that's far too long for me to be listening to only John Mayer.
Like, I think if she did it, if it was just her, it'd be fine. Be a fine song.
Yeah.
But fuck this dude.
Yeah.
Was that her mouth blowing out the candle at the end of the video?
I didn't watch the video. I just listened to the music.
Lee thought it was.
Okay.
I also wonder, like, did this bastard write this song about her and then have her perform on it? like, did he... Because, I mean, the song's basically about, like, what a monster he is.
Right.
And it could apply... It sounds like it could apply to their relationship. And it's like, hey, I wrote this song. You want to sing the chorus with me? Sure. And then, like, I don't know. That's what it seems. It's just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Fuck
Let's
that
not
guy.
talk about him anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy. All right. So the next song was Boys Like Girls featuring Taylor Swift. 2 is better than 1. I don't remember what this was. Let me listen to it real quick.
My first note is I can't listen to this.
Is it... I don't remember which one this was.
You have to watch the videos. I watched all the videos, and it adds so much.
Well, yeah. I don't have internet at home, though, so...
Oh, yeah.
I got my telephone now.
What?
Miscellanies. I've got my telephone to
Oh
watch.
my god, yeah, you have data!
Right. But I don't want to use up my data.
I
So
have
don't-
unlimited... You didn't get unlimited data?
Nah.
Oh, I was like, I'm only getting a smartphone if I get unlimited data. So that's what we have.
I got 2 gigs.
Ew.
Okay. So, boys... How much data do you use in a month?
I don't even know. I've never had to know.
Oh. Yeah, this is... I think there's a reason I don't remember this one. My notes were... Was not enjoying this until she came in. Still don't really like the song, but she does sound pretty good on it. Oh, I said it was kind of funny. As the song was progressing, like, I had all these, like, negative, mean thoughts building up, and then her voice came in, and I was like, hey, it's Taylor Swift. But yeah, typically this is the type of song that I would not like at all.
No,
And
I've never heard it before either. I don't know who the fuck Boys Like
Right.
Girls are.
Boys Like Girls sounded to me... Maybe this is because there's that... I think it's
I
a
think they
Blur
sound
song.
like Fall Out Boy, but... Oh yeah, girls who like boys who like boys and girls. is
Right. So I was picturing this as being like some sort of techno British like pop band.
No, it's like a mini Fall Out Boy.
Right. But it's pretty country.
Are they country? Because, man,
No.
they just suck. My notes were, I can't listen to this. This is awful. I can't do it. And then my last note is, I feel like this guy is going to kill this girl. So, anyway, that's
But
it.
2
It
is...
sucks.
Fortunately, the only thing keeping her alive is his belief that 2 is better than 1.
It's terrible.
Okay, so we already did
I think
Crazier.
it means 2 deaths. It's a murder-suicide. 2 deaths are better than 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's a... Whew. Really makes you think.
Yeah.
I already did... We already did Crazier from the Hannah Montana soundtrack, which I loved and Kit does not like.
No.
So moving on to 2010. Happy... No, never mind. Taylor Swift. Breathless. From
New Millennium.
Yeah, moving on to the new millennium. Moving on, to everybody. The Hope for Hating Now album. It's a Better Than Ezra cover. All right.
It's a Better Than Ezra cover?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You're stupid, Kit.
Sorry.
Don't you know anything about music?
I love 2 Better Than Ezra songs. They do
Yeah.
a cover of Conjunction Junction for that Schoolhouse Rock album I was talking to you about.
You
Fabulous.
put that on a mix for me like in 2010, 2008. Whenever you sent me those mixes before I lived in Portland.
Oh, that was way before 2008 then.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was 2005 or 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, you put that on a mix for me. Thanks, Kit.
You're welcome.
So I thought her voice did not sound too good on this.
No, it didn't. I
and-
watched the live video
Okay.
of her doing it at the concert that like Julia Roberts hosted or whatever.
Okay. It was the Hope for Haiti Now concert,
All right.
not Hope for Haiti Later.
Let me talk to you about this, okay?
Well, okay. One more note.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a lyric that says something about the world crashing all around your feet. And because this was an earthquake relief concert, I think that's why she chose this song. I thought that was interesting. Okay, what do you got, Kit?
Well, I was watching this thinking she had written it for the people of Haiti.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I said, I watched a live video. Okay. Anyway, it's pretty. I said it's good enough for her album. Probably it's not like a terribly shitty ballad. I then said it is a worship song though. And I eventually asked out loud. I was sitting in the living room and Lee was sitting in the chair, and I said, "Is this about Jesus?" And Lee was like, "I know." Like he was sitting there thinking that too. I said, "I'm pretty sure you could get away with playing this in church," and that's not like a compliment necessarily. Like,
right.
You know, I think it might be about Jesus.
That's fine. I like Jesus.
That's fine. That's totally fine. But
You don't like Jesus, or?
I like Jesus, but I don't like worship music. There's not very. I mean, probably the most beautiful music. Well, the most beautiful Western music ever written is Christian music, but they haven't written any of it in the last 70 years. Really. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jesus is pretty cool. So we agree, though.
He's just all right with me.
He's more than just all right.
Yeah, is that song a slam against Jesus, or like, hey, he's cool, man?
I think it's kind of, yeah, I think it's how you would
Just
say
alright.
back in the 60s or 70s. I think it was kind of like a cool way of saying,
Hey,
like,
Mike,
I like
you're just all right.
him.
Hey, Mike, you're just all right.
Thank you. That's better than I usually get.
That's a modern meaning of that term.
Right. You're just all right.
He's all right.
Avatar was just all right.
No, it wasn't.
That's what everybody says, though. Like, I hate that movie. Yeah, you know I hate that movie.
Yeah, we both hate that movie. We
hate it together.
That's what we basically do, is hate things together.
Yeah. Well, not Taylor Swift, though. We both like
No.
her a lot.
No, we both love her.
Right.
She's the reason for both of us live.
Yep.
But yeah,
you're getting it.
Avatar, man.
Yeah, fuck that movie. But one of the things that bugged me most about that movie is that when I was going on, like, 4-hour rants about how terrible it was, people would be like, I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
That'd be a good South Park episode.
Right. But my whole thing was, though, like, that movie cost $500 million. So, like, if you spend $500 million to make a piece of art, and, like, the majority of people worldwide say, I thought it was pretty good, like, you have failed. It's a colossal failure. But anyways. So moving on to James Cameron's The Abyss. What did you think about The Abyss?
I also think that one's just all right.
Right. It's just all right. What about
Like,
James Cameron's The Terminator?
Terminator 2 is where it's at.
Yeah. Well, okay. We could go. We should have a James Cameron podcast.
Okay, let's have a James Cameron episode.
What do we call it?
Oh, God. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything either.
Ty. Cat. Ava.
How about fuck James Cameron? That guy
Okay.
sucks.
Good.
All right. Cool.
But seriously, not fuck James Cameron, though.
No, you don't. Not fuck him.
No. I like... Here's the thing. Fuck James Cameron, yes. But... I kind of will always like... I mean, first of all, Terminator 2 is great. I love that movie. And, like, he's good at certain things. He's really good at certain things. He's made some great movies.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like most about him is that I think he made Titanic not because he wanted to make a movie about Titanic, but because he wanted someone to fund him to go visit the wreckage, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate his pioneering, exploratory nature. I wish he would just be kind of like George Lucas, like, be an effects person.
Right.
Don't make movies. Just be someone who's, like, really into developing computer shit but, like, he has the worst taste. Like, that movie is by far the ugliest film I've ever seen.
Titanic?
No, Avatar.
Avatar? Yeah, Avatar, I agree. That was...
It's,
I remember, like...
hideous.
When the first stills of Avatar were released, like, of the Smurf people, I was like, I was so excited because it was like, this movie Like that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And like
It's
this
like
movie
Jar Jar
is gonna.
Binks.
What's that?
It's like Jar Jar Binks, but blue.
Like it's the stupidest. Like they look
Like
so.
Delgo.
Yeah, it is. It's like Delgo. Did Delgo come after or before?
After.
I think it came before.
Well, I don't know.
Okay. By the way, somebody, like the official Delgo Twitter, tweeted at me one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like well after the fact. Long after Delgo was gone.
I think it's interesting that a movie that had no money, that was like completely independent,
Right.
CGI movie, and a movie that cost $1 billion
Yeah.
could be the same level of shitty and
Yeah.
taste. You know, like.
Yeah. It is. It says something about film, I guess. I'm not sure what, but yeah, like I was excited because I went and saw it with Andrew on opening night.
Yeah.
And had to sit in the fucking front row in 3D IMAX.
That was. That's like paying someone to stick knives in your eyeballs.
It really was. And like I didn't even hate it coming out of the theater, but then once it didn't bomb, I got so upset. Like I was like I was so excited that it was going to be this. Like I thought maybe this will sink 20th Century Fox. Like and then like it made like $2 billion worldwide or something like that, and I was just like I was so mad. And it wasn't like I hate it because it's popular. It's like I was really looking forward to it failing and killing like James Cameron's career, and you know, and then like now they're like, there's going to be 3 of them, and in the next one we're going underwater.
No, but like the scene that stands out to me is like, remember when they first go into that like glowy forest?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like so beautiful. Like this is the most beautiful thing that the character has ever seen. It's the most beautiful thing computers have ever created, and it's like a fucking nightclub in 1979. Like, that's what it's so aggressively disgusting looking.
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck
Indeed.
that piece of shit movie. It's like, why even have human characters in it? like why have a script? Just be like, here's some floating rocks that we made. Here he is riding on a bird.
Here's a scary monster.
Forest. Yeah.
Here's a mean guy.
Tentacle porn.
Here's an army.
Yeah, it's really. God, it should have. If it had been a silent movie, it would have been slightly better, but it still would have been ugly. A silent and blind movie.
Right.
That would have been good. Black.
That would have been. I think that would have been okay, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. The like. John Cage of movies. Is that John Cage?
Yeah, I think I get what you're going for.
Okay. Alright. Anyway.
Somebody's been hanging out with Lee.
Yeah.
He's a dreamboat.
Yeah. Every girl dreams of a guy who loves John Cage.
Oh, yeah. That took me a second. First, I thought you were saying every girl dreams about John Cage.
He's kind of cute.
John Cage? I don't know what he looks like. Anyways. What are we doing?
Today was a fairy tale?
We already did that.
No, we didn't. No, with Stevie Nicks.
Oh, yes. Okay, so Taylor Swift and Stevie Nicks. Sorry, I lost my place in the Word document here. I was looking at Avatar pictures. Yeah, so today was a fairy tale. Is it Rhiannon? Is that how you say it?
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon. The song's about Rihanna, though.
Yeah.
And then you belong
before Rihanna was born, but yes.
Okay. Well, she was predicting that one day a Rihanna would come to the world. And,
and then Rhiannon would commence.
Right. This is Rhiannon! So, this is the one for the listeners out there who haven't heard of Taylor Swift and are just coming to us now in the middle of this podcast.
Because they're fans of you and I.
Right. Yeah. Or people who maybe like stumbled onto like Avatar hate, something like that. Hey, speaking of which, have you ever seen the Far Side cartoon that's like the annual meeting of the people who didn't like Dances with Wolves?
Sorry, what? Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay, it's like 3 people standing in a room with a punch bowl.
Yeah.
I feel like that's our Avatar group.
Okay. So. Well, that's a good group to be in.
It is. So this is the Grammy performance. Was the Grammys?
Yes.
Okay, where Taylor Swift and Stevie Nicks performed together, and they were, well, Taylor was very much out of key, and then there was like a big shitstorm the next day because everybody said that she can't sing live and she's terrible, and that they hated her, and that she's ugly and stupid, and all this kind of stuff. So, Kit, you want to go first? I don't have a whole lot on it, really. But.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, this kind of seemed a little bit doomed to fail. It's a weird, those things where it's like a hot young person and an old person get together rarely come off great.
Right.
It was weird that they were like in a corner of the Grammy stage, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a weird thing. I liked Taylor's outfit. I thought it was a good choice for something that's a bit Stevie Nicks-y and a bit like country cutie kind of. It starts off okay, but then she's flat like the whole time. And to me, it sounded like she just can't hear herself. So she didn't even know she was in trouble. You know what I mean?
Right. I thought the same thing. It wasn't just like she can't sing. It was like she was so consistently out of key, like in the same way for the whole song. That like something technical must have gotten fudged up.
Yeah, and I do think she would have done. I actually think Rhiannon is a good song for her, and I think she would have done it well if it had been a different night. But yeah, it's just unfortunate and hard to watch, and that's a difficult thing to bounce back from. Actually, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of sad to watch. Like, yeah, because she does she doesn't seem like she's aware that it doesn't sound good. And, but yeah, I agree. But yeah, she bounced back. That's good. I think, she's never quite reached her pre-2010 levels of fame and success, but yeah. Yeah, I agree. I actually would like her to hear her play that song, cover that song again sometime, because it seemed like a cool song. And I know I've heard it before. Like, my mom used to listen to Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks.
It's a great song, and yeah, I think her voice is well suited to it at most points.
Yeah. Were they both out of key a little bit? Was Stevie Nicks also?
Stevie Nicks sings like that. But it's hard to sing with someone who's singing out of key and not also get out. It's hard.
Okay.
It just was not a good night.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean the recording I watched, I guess we watched the same one on YouTube, was like somebody taping their television set, so it sounded extra bad. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, did you listen to Viva La Vida, the Coldplay cover?
Yes, I did.
What did you think, Kit?
I hate this song so
much.
I hate this cover. I do think the cover is less annoying than the Coldplay version, but the cover is still very annoying to me. But to me, it's the song. It's not her. It's just that's such a bad melody in my opinion. Like that song just does not sound good. And even she sounds kind of amateur on it. Like, I feel like I could do this cover. If I sat there with a guitar and sang the song, it would sound fairly similar. It's just nothing. It's just like, that song is so bad to me. I hate that song. Mike loves it?
It's not fair. Yeah, I like it. I love this. Like, I kind of liked the song before, but listening to just her sing it with a guitar was like, I think her voice sounds amazing, and I thought it brought out like the lyrics that I didn't hear in the Coldplay version. I think they're kind of cool lyrics.
I think it's better than the Coldplay version. It's or less annoying. It's a better realization of the song. It's just, I just think what she's working with is just bad to begin with, so she can't really fix it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I really like this, but I hear you. I think it's weird though, because you like Coldplay, like. I guess you don't like their more recent albums.
I like a couple of songs off of Viva La Vida, but not Viva La Vida.
Okay.
I like fewer and fewer songs off of each album. I haven't even listened to any shit from their most recent album. I just think it's hard for me to like bands that are just chasing relevance. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, we talked about that in the last.
Yeah, that want to keep the same level of fame instead of like put out something. Have taste and put out something. Just prove that that there's a reason for you to exist.
Right.
You know? Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's too bad. I really like that song. A friend of mine likes it as well. I sent it to him. He's not a big T Swift fan, but I sent it to him. He enjoyed it. So I guess that's 2 against 1. So you are outvoted.
All right.
Sorry, Kit. It is a good song. So she didn't. I didn't have anything from 2011 that she did collaboration covers and one-offs wise, but 2012. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were done, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know if I'd left before. So Taylor Swift featuring the Civil Wars, "Safe and Sound," from the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Hunger Games.
From the Hunger Games. Hunker down, kid.
Let me just go through my notes. Very pretty video. I loved watching this video. And it's kind of like a Jack Whitey kind of aesthetic, and she looks really cute in it. Her voice sounds really good on it. I don't really like the style of pretty little girl singing to like pretty little music. Like I don't know. I just
yeah, I know what you mean.
It's
that kind of like
but this is a pretty good, like, this is a high level example of that, you know? Like, it's a pretty good song. It's a pretty melody and progression. It's too twee for me, but she sounds good singing with them, you know? Mm-hmm. And in the end, I was like, this is genuinely haunting. Like, both the visuals and the song, like it's, I give it approval. And I did say, though, that this doesn't sound like she wrote it to me. Like, it doesn't have any of her typical stuff. It sounds like the production is very, like, T-Bone Burnett kind of sounding. It almost sounds like some of the songs on Nashville.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Kit.
Yes?
He was involved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A writer and producer, or?
I don't know. I know, yeah, he was involved somehow, because it popped up when I was playing the song on my media player. It kind of scrolls through the information, like the track name, artist name, and then it lists them as composers, but it's usually like producers or songwriters.
T-Bone Burnett, Safe and Sound. Oh, he co-wrote it and produced it.
Okay, yeah.
It says she co-wrote it too. I don't think it sounds like her at all.
She may have just like tweaked some lyrics or something.
Yeah, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I said she's never really done this with her voice, whatever it is. Like, I couldn't quite identify, but yeah, that kind of like breathy. But then there's like a lot of yeah, but there's a lot of range in the same song. Like, she goes from that kind of like high and then breathier, kind of lower kind of sound. So yeah, that's atypical for her. But yeah, I like the song. And I also, as I was listening to it for the podcast, discovered that it is extremely satisfying to whistle along to. So
yeah, it's a very pretty melody. It's good. And again, the video is beautiful.
Yeah, I do like the video. That's one of the only music videos of hers, aside from like "You Belong with Me," that I had seen before the podcast. I think for a while that was like the only way to see it, or the only way to hear the song without buying it. So, anyways, that's not interesting. Taylor Swift, "Eyes Open," also from the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Nope.
Didn't like it?
No, really bad opening lyrics. It sounds like a kind of amalgamation of all her other songs, except more evanescence-y. Chorus is fucking awkward. It's just lame. It's just not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was kind of like, I think the scientific term is butt rocky.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But I thought it was alright. It was, I didn't like the sound of it much, and I thought the lyrics were interesting, that she managed to kind of like, it's for the Hunger Games, so she managed to write a song that's about the Hunger Games, which is a bunch of kids that have to murder each other, that also doubles as being about like being a pop star or just a teenager in general. So it's kind of like I don't love the lyrics, but I thought that it was cool that she, you know, like, everybody's waiting for you to fuck up. She made it like a song that's relatable for people who love the movie, people who are a teenager and having those teenage feelings, and then people who are kind of in the limelight. So I thought that was interesting about it, but I don't like this song that much.
Yeah.
It was alright. But, so okay, moving on.
Okay.
B.O.B. featuring Taylor Swift is I don't know, maybe it's Bob. Both of Us. What'd you think?
This sucks hard.
Ah,
Why would she do this? This is like shitty song 1 and shitty song 2 just going back and forth. And the video is like all this like uplifting Americana stuff plus shots of Taylor Swift's body to keep it sexy. I fucking hate this song.
nice. I did not watch the video, but these are my notes.
You should watch the video.
These are my
for me.
notes.
Okay.
No idea who Bob is, but this song is excellent. She sounds great. I love the lyrics from both of them.
Oh my god!
That's my notes. I like this
Oh
song.
my god! This is
Like a lot. And I'd heard it before, but for some reason it just struck me. You know, sometimes you hear a song and just be like, whatever. But then when I was listening to it for the podcast, I was like, damn, this is really good. So I've been listening to it a lot for the past 2 days.
Oh my god. Fuck
like it.
this fucking song.
I should say that I don't necessarily think it's like a great song or like a very good song.
Everything about this is like frontin' to me.
Is like what?
Frontin'.
Um,
Yeah, it's just like,
Right.
ugh.
It's a good, like,
You will enjoy it even more with the video.
oh, good. Good. But yeah, I don't know, it's upbeat. I liked it. It's silly, I guess, but I thought it was pretty good.
Horrendous.
I like it. Well, agree to disagree. Okay, next one is Ronin by Taylor Swift. So do you want to go first, or?
Sure. I watched the live version of it, the Stand Up to Cancer concert.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No,
You should watch it.
I can't.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird that we're even covering this on this podcast, I think.
Yeah.
It's, I think what I'll say is I think her kind of nostalgic style is very suited to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if you watch the performance, I think she's really, like, going to cry or crying while she's singing it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, honestly, like, how she managed to do this without it being, because this is, like, the saddest and potentially schmaltziest thing that you could write. And
Right.
it sounds like she got all of the lyrics from the blog, basically, from the
Right.
lady. But it just comes, to me, this is like one of the, like, her high points as an artist. To
Yeah.
like, and it's odd because really all she did was set that lady's words to music, but in terms of uses for your talent, like, this is a pretty good one. And
Yeah.
just, like, giving voice to that woman, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I did say, because, like, as she's playing and there's, like, an audience of people watching her wearing, like, Stand Up to Cancer t-shirts, and when she's done, they all clap, and then Samuel L. Jackson comes out and kind of explains what the song is, like, where it comes from.
Yeah.
And they have a picture of the kid up there while she's singing it. And I did say, like, oh, that seems like a really fun concert.
Right.
Like, God. But it's great. I mean, it's an amazing thing to do and a great song.
Yeah, I agree. I love this song. But I've only listened to it like a
Yeah,
handful
I'll
of times.
never listen to it again, but it's good.
Yeah. Well, it's like I always lose it like when she's talking, like the first time she mentions like flying away with them.
Oh, to
like,
me, it's You Were My Best 4 Years. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
There's just a lot of things, and I don't know. I didn't realize that she'd lifted lyrics or like.
Yeah, from what I read,
really-
it's entirely,
Like
it's
what?
only that lady's words.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
But yeah, like this song just it's like devastating. It's
Yeah,
so
there's
it's
nothing
great.
negative I can say about it. Like,
Yeah.
not
See,
because
and
I
it's-
can't, but because, like, it truly is just like, no, it's beautiful.
right. Okay, I was gonna say yeah. It's not like I'm tiptoeing around it because it's like that kind of subject matter, like sensitive subject matter. It's like yeah, I agree. There's just like and you know, I'm not the harshest critic of hers anyways, but yeah, there's really just like I
And
can't
it
listen.
could've
I can't
gone
listen to it.
It
Well,
could have
yeah.
gone wrong. It could have been a really bad idea, but
Yeah.
she really pulled it off.
Yeah, it's a pretty great song, but I won't listen. The first time, like I didn't even when it came out, I didn't even listen to it for like a year, just because I was like afraid to. And I finally did. And yeah, I really think I've only listened to it maybe 5 times, but it's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so yeah, we kind of covered I had a little bit about like kind of the backstory, but yeah. So moving on to 2013, which we haven't done Red yet, but this is after Red. These are her collaborations and one-offs. So, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In here. So yeah, this is after Red, so we won't really be able to examine it. Kit has not yet listened to Red, to my knowledge.
No.
Okay, so we won't really be able to examine it in its proper historical context, but it's only 2 songs, so we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. And for the diehard fans out there who are curious as to why we didn't do Red this week, it's we're waiting for Kit's husband Lee, who is in the studio a lot this week. He's busy he's got like a job or something. I don't know. He's got apparently better things to do. But he's going to do Red with us next week. We're going to do so. So yeah, that's why we're doing this instead of. So just to Andy out there, our listener, our diehard fan. So the first song is Tim McGraw and Taylor Swift, "Highway Don't Care." Kit. We go to Kit with the story.
Okay. So I also watched a live version of this just because it was more interesting to like watch the like videos as opposed to just listen to them. And so this was on like some like country music, one of the thousands of country music award shows things.
Okay.
And Keith Urban was also there, on stage playing guitar on it.
Cool.
You should check out this performance. She looks really weird at the show. Like, she looks good, and she's wearing a dress I don't, she looks, it's just that she's being all sexy and making all these weird faces, and it's a song about, like, possibly dying on a highway. and it's also weird because, like, Tim McGraw is performing to the audience and in the theater, and she's performing to the cameras. So it's strange. I think Tim McGraw has a really good voice, but then as the song went on, started thinking like I'm pretty sure they're both lip syncing. The song's kind of lame, but they sound good together. And yeah, and basically I concluded on whatever Keith Urban rules.
Okay, that was the final note.
Mm-hmm.
So she's wearing black shorts and a white shirt, and he comes out. It's like it was on ABC or something.
CBS, I think, but...
Okay, I might be watching the wrong one.
Is she wearing a black dress?
CMA Fest. No.
No. It's something like Night of Superstars is something
Oh.
like it's called.
I found it. It's the ACM presents Superstar Summer Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I remember seeing the pictures from this where she's wearing that black dress.
Yeah.
That is a weird look for her. It's a good look. She looks good. But it is, yeah, it's kind of like a sultry like nightclub singer kind of look, which is not something that I'm used to. That's not part of her thing. But, yeah. Yeah, my notes on the song were, it's a pretty okay song. And I was glad that somebody's finally tackling the callousness of highways.
Yeah.
But,
you should watch that performance when you have time. It's very odd.
Yeah, it looks like she's really like selling it, like moving, kind of Jessica Rabbity.
Yeah.
Like like swaying and like moving.
Yeah, moving her hams and stuff.
Maybe that's all you can do when you're wearing a dress like that.
I don't think so.
No.
Look like an idiot? That's all you can do?
Can't do the frug. Hey.
Is that a Rilo Kiley reference?
Don't give me a laugh like that. You either don't laugh, or you. I don't know.
Okay.
Say something mean, but don't do like.
Apparently, Mariska Hargitay responded to the fact that Taylor Swift's cat is named after her character.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's pretty cute.
That's cool, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So... Oh, Sweeter Than Fiction was the next song, Taylor Swift.
This is like our last song, isn't it?
Yes, is it? And then we got Taylor Facts, and we get to go home to our wives and children.
Okay.
This is from the One Chance soundtrack, which is a film that came out, I think, late last year that I haven't seen.
Well, I've seen it,
Okay.
It was made in like 2011 or 2012. It came out. It has not come out. It's at TIFF, I think, right now. Like it
TIFF?
hasn't come out in America.
Oh.
And but I've seen it because I know the Paul Potts story, and I love James Corden, but the movie sucked hard.
Huh. You said Paul Pot?
Paul Potts, not Pol Pot. Paul
Right.
Potts.
So it's about
he was
Pol
on,
Pot?
He was on like Britain's Got Talent, and he was kind of the who's the like borderline retarded lady who won that show?
I don't know.
But she sang, "I dreamed a dream that time gone by," and everyone was
Oh,
like,
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle. Yeah, he was the Susan
Wait,
Boyle
is she
before Susan Boyle.
Is she actually borderline retarded?
Yes, I believe that's true. I'm not
Oh.
trying to sound like an asshole. She's
Right.
like has some kind of handicap.
Okay.
But Britain's Got Talent is a very strange. Maybe they do this on America's Got Talent. I've never really watched either of them, but they do that thing where they're like the Susan Boyle thing is really hard to watch because before she sings, they're like, "What's this ugly piece of shit gonna do?
Right.
She couldn't possibly have any talent. Look at her, spit on her." And then she sings, and they're like, "Oh my God, an angel."
Yeah.
And the Paul Potts thing is kind of similar, where it's like, "Look at this fat bastard with crooked teeth. He's gonna suck, right?" And then he sings, and he's like a decent opera singer.
Okay.
And people are like, "Oh my God!" But basically, the movie is about. It's interesting. It's a weird movie because he apparently had like a life filled with nothing but disappointments until until the Britain's Got Talent thing. But and James Corden is wonderful, but it's a really weird. It's a bizarre movie
Yeah.
because it's
So-
just bad shit happening to him. There's not really any story except for shit goes wrong in his life all the time.
Okay. I Googled Susan Boyle retarded, and the first thing that popped up is Susan Boyle retarded? Answers.com. And it says, no, but she does have a disability which impedes her learning and tends to make her innocent and naive. That is what Answers.com tells us. And then Entertainment.time.com tells us that she revealed that she has Asperger's in 2016.
Which isn't a real thing anymore, so who knows?
It's not?
No, they took it out of the like. It's just autism. It's just like low grade autism or something like that.
Oh,
But it's not in the DSM-5 or whatever.
okay.
Can
I'm learning all sorts of shit today.
Can I say what I think of this song?
You may.
Okay. I'm concerned because I think this is the direction in which she's moving. But this is one of her worst songs ever, in my opinion. To me, listening to this, I was like, okay, this might be the worst Taylor Swift song. I hate it. And it doesn't sound like she wrote it. It sounds like a shitty Vampire Weekend 80s throwback bullshit. I don't think Vampire Weekend is that bad, but there's so many bands after them who are like doing that 80s thing, like Fun or kind of like that or whatever, and it's just like, I hate it. Who fucking wrote this song? Did she write this? Is this what's to come?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Computer. Activate. Swift. What's it called? Sweeter Than Fiction. Google. It says the song was written and produced by Swift, along with Jack Antonoff, best known as the guitarist for indie pop band Fun.
Whoa! And
He's-
Lena
he worked-
Dunham's boyfriend.
Yeah, he's worked with her a lot on the new album.
Great. Well, then I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
How can it go wrong? Ugh. For reals?
Okay. So, I like this song all right. I tend to enjoy the Taylor songs where she is specifically talking to the listener saying, you're cool, you can do it. You know, keep trying, keep at it. I like those songs. But I do not think that this song sounds like something I would normally enjoy listening to.
And I didn't even really get to the lyrics. Like, the lyrics didn't even
Right.
cut through to me.
Those are alright. They're pretty good.
But the sound is
Right.
awful.
Right.
It's so
Yeah.
beneath her.
Yeah. Okay. I did also say maybe this is indicative. That doesn't sound right when I say it. This is indicative there you go, of what 1989 will sound like. Maybe this is... So yeah, I guess I had similar feelings, but I didn't dislike it as much as you did. And I kind of like it, but I don't listen to it that often. I don't think it's the worst song she's ever done. I think some of the... Well, yeah, we won't say that. But, yeah, I could take it or leave it. I'll put it that way. Does that satisfy you, Kit?
No, it's really bad.
Okay.
And if it's a harbinger of things to come, then we're fucked.
Right. Okay, but Shake It Off was an excellent song.
What did Jack Antonoff have to do with Shake It Off, though?
I don't know.
Anything?
I don't know. I don't know. Stop. Anyways, let's just keep our fingers crossed and have faith.
No.
Please.
For you, fine.
Okay, thank you. You want to do Taylor facts?
Yeah.
Yay!
Do I?
We're done. We got no collabs left.
Okay.
So, I got 4. I didn't do 5, just because I thought maybe we'd make it a little easier on you. So...
Don't patronize me. Do 5.
I'm not patronizing you. I still made it difficult, sort of. I mean, it's more difficult than the one where I told you, like, I kind of gave it to you.
Yeah, okay.
But this way, I figured just the odds are more in your favor.
Hey, Hunger Games.
Huh?
Hunger Games.
Was,
On Hunger Games, may the odds be ever in your favor. That's a Hunger Games thing that's sweeping the nation.
Oh, okay. Okay. In England in 2013, a professional Taylor Swift lookalike got beaten up by bullies. Fact 2. When Red came out, Papa John's had Taylor Swift pizza boxes, and you could buy the album with your pizza. Fact 3. The library in the video for The Story of Us was the Vanderbilt University Library. Fact 4. Taylor was ranked by E! Online as one of the top 5 celebrities that has never been in a Got Milk ad. So which of those 4 is an imposter?
Okay, well, one, I think I heard that story. Unless that story was itself made up, I remember hearing something like that there was a girl who dressed up like Taylor Swift and got beaten up, and it was in England. So I think that's true.
Right. Yeah, I didn't follow up to see if it was. But yeah, that is.
2, I know that they did sell Taylor Swift albums at Papa John's, so I would assume that that's true as well.
You got it?
Okay. 3 was... Okay, it's between 3 and 4. Her brother... I felt like her brother went to Vanderbilt.
Right.
So it would make sense that it was filmed in that library. What was number 4 again?
Number 4 was Taylor was ranked by E! Online as one of the top 5 celebrities that has never been in a Got Milk ad.
But if you made that up, you should write for Clickhole, because that's a great fake list. I'm going to say 4 is fake.
You got it!
Yay!
You did it! Yay!
Look how much I know about Taylor Swift, Mike!
You've come a long way, grasshopper. Good job, Kit.
Yay!
And thank you. I feel like I should write for Clickhole too. I think I'm
Absolutely, you should try
just
to
what they're
get a
looking
job
for.
there.
How do you do that?
Apply?
Do they have a building?
Contact them?
Okay, yeah, I should do that. That'd be
You
fun.
wouldn't have to live there. It's all on the internet. Yeah, you would be great at it, and you're a writer, so try to get a writing job.
I never thought about that. Yeah, I love Clickhole. That's a great website. But yeah, good job. You got the... See, I narrowed it down to 4, and that helped. You did the... I like to think you couldn't have done it without me. But yeah, good job. So, that was Taylor Facts. This has been Shootin' the Swift. We are... next week, I believe, we will be doing Red with... Special guest Lee, he's Chicago famous, wouldn't you say, Kit?
He's very, very famous in this apartment.
Yeah, he's got a lot of big fans, especially among us podcasters in this specific podcast. So, yeah, so there's that. Then if you want to email us, we are at shootintheswift@gmail.com. That's shootin', no G, the Swift @gmail.com. And that's everything we got. Thank you, Kit, for joining me today.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. Yeah, all right. That's a wrap, folks. That's that clap. We're gonna know to
edit point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it was a good episode.